Hi everyone and welcome to the Machine Learning Core Concepts course. My name is Sultan and I will be your instructor throughout this journey. In this course, we're going to break down the core principles of machine learning in a clear and also the practical way. And my goal is not just to help you to understand machine learning, but also to develop the problem-solving mindset behind of it. I'm going to try to cover all topics with the short videos, so you're not going to get really bored. And if you're just ready, let's just get started and take a look at the topics what we're going to cover throughout this course. We'll start by exploring what machine learning is and how it's different from traditional programming. You'll see how computers learn from data, what training really means, and the difference between AI, machine learning, and deep learning. And then we'll check one of the most classic examples, which is predicting the house prices. This problem is actually simple, but actually it's very powerful because it will teach you how data becomes predictions. You will learn like what features and labels are, how model find the patterns, and we'll even build our very first machine learning model. Then we'll start to evaluate our model. So we'll talk about training and testing data, like why we even split data sets, what really actually metrics mean, and you will actually understand the errors and you will learn how to calculate them in the code. So by the end, you will know how to tell if your model is really learning or it's just guessing. This section is one of my favorites actually, and you will know why I am saying that when we check this out. But in this section, we'll learn how to improve our model, but not by changing the algorithms. We'll play with the features, we'll change and update our dataset, and we'll see how it influences our model and the accuracy. These two guys are actually trouble in machine learning. I'm talking about overfitting and underfitting. You will understand why, because sometimes our model is too simple to learn, but sometimes it is too complex and it's literally memorizing everything. And both of these cases are actually not good for our accuracy. So we'll learn what to do and how to detect these cases. Overfitting happens when the model gets overconfident. That's why we have regularization. So regularization is how we teach them to be humble, let's say humility. So we will actually make our models simple when they overfit, and that way we can maybe increase our accuracy. Until the previous section, we focused on regression, which is mostly about predicting numbers. But machine learning actually can do much more. So in this section, we'll explore the new algorithms like classification, clustering. So we can say like the other big branches of machine learning. In this section, it will get truly exciting because we'll talk about deep learning. You're gonna deep dive into the neural networks, and actually we can use them to make, I don't know, image recognition or maybe text analysis. So it will get kind of advanced, but no heavy math is required. So don't worry, just a clear intuition will be enough. And that's it. This is the last section. And by this section, you will have already quite knowledge about machine learning core concepts and how they work, what to do. So in this last section, we will learn how to hyper-tune your model, which is like changing the parameters and etc. And beside of that, you will learn how to deploy your model because let's say you worked, your machine learning is ready, so you have to deploy it, right, to make it work with different softwares and etc. And that's it. This is our last section, and after that we will have Capstone project. For the Capstone projects, you will work on 4 different projects: predicting house prices, detecting the spam emails, segmenting the customers, and finally the recognizing the image. Each project demonstrates a different kind of learning, which is regression, classification, clustering, and deep learning. So by finishing these, you will have tangible portfolio projects to show your employees or share on GitHub, like, hey, I did this. And that's it.